All right, we back. Another episode of the I-64 Sports Podcast. Got a couple special guests today. We got the legendary E.J. Richardson III. And we got my girl Layla Anderson, Churchland High School. What's up, guys?
Hey.
How you doing?
How's it going?
Good.
Hey, we here. We here now. How y'all feeling?
Pretty
good,
nervous.
yeah.
Y'all feeling? Y'all a little nervous?
Yeah.
First time on camera?
Yeah.
EJ, you got to be used to it. You the man. So
I can never get used to it.
You never used to being on
Never used to
camera. This your first time?
Yes, it's
For real? You ever been interviewed
by phone.
by phone?
Yes.
How was that?
It was pretty nice.
It was alright. What was that, last week?
Yes.
You're a star now. All right. Before we go too far, for those that don't know who you are, EJ, just go ahead and give them a little background info.
I'm E.J. Richardson. I run for Bethel High School. I'm going to University of South Carolina next year. I run everything from 200, 300, 400, 500, all the way to the 800.
Everything. And he excels at it as well.
I won my 4th consecutive 500 title this past weekend at the state championship, and also the 4x4.
Okay. Nice. And what about you, Miss Anderson?
Well, I just recently became a 2-time state champion.
Okay.
In the 55 and 300 meters. So.
Right. So this was your first time winning?
Yes, this is my first
Nice.
time.
How did that feel?
It felt pretty good. I kind of wish I had lower times, but I'm not going to rush it.
Right. Got you. Were you one of the favorites coming into the meet?
What do you mean?
Like, as far as in the 55, were you like listed as one of the favorites coming into the meet?
I'm not going to say one of the favorites, but I kind of did have a significant time. So
Okay.
People were definitely expecting me to win.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, definitely. I mean, I was a track star back in the day myself.
Yeah.
It makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah.
So how much pressure comes with that?
Not really a lot, but still at the time, a lot because I came out of nowhere. So what if somebody else comes out of nowhere?
Right.
You know, what if somebody else is just as hungry as I was?
Right.
Know? So kind of more pressure on myself than anybody else.
And what about you, EJ? Because like you said, this was your 4th. This is actually your 4th time winning, 500, run as a freshman, of course. Does it get any more pressure on you, throughout the years?
Definitely this year because I knew I had a lot of competition, and like how she said, I came out of nowhere my freshman year, and I know somebody else could as well.
Right.
So I put a lot of pressure on myself to get that 4th one because it would mean a lot.
Gotcha. We're going into your first state meet, your state indoor meet as a freshman. Where were you ranked?
Probably like 5th or 6th.
For real? Gotcha. So when you going into that meet, like, what was your mentality then?
Well, my coach just told me, don't worry about anything. Don't put no pressure. Just go out and execute, and everything will come.
Right.
And that's what happened.
And that's what happened. So you came. What was your time?
105.6.
Freshman record. Look, don't be modest. Don't be modest, EJ. Come on. What was the freshman
national record.
Freshman national record. All right, cool. So what was your you said you came out of nowhere. What was your introduction into track?
Probably AAU.
AAU. Was that what year was that?
About 3 years before I started high school track.
Okay.
But I wasn't good.
You wasn't good? What events were you running back then?
400, 200 hurdles, that type of stuff.
Gotcha.
I did a lot of hurdles back then.
Did a lot of stuff. Where did that come from? Well, how did you who comes in the track and immediately jumps to the hurdles? How did that happen?
I guess they would just put me in places where they could probably see me at, so I would run the 100 hurdles, the 200 hurdles.
Gotcha. But before track, I think you also did karate?
I did karate for 5 years.
Karate, nice. How much did that translate into track?
Discipline wise, my dad definitely helped me stay focused because there was a lot of times through the years that I wanted to stop because it was so much, 5-6 times a week, karate tests on Sundays all the time. He had to be so involved with it, but he kept me dedicated. So I know with track I had to stay dedicated, and it's something that I like, so I was definitely dedicated.
You still working out a little bit? A little karate?
No.
How far up did you get for belt-wise?
I got my black belt when I stopped.
Nice. Oh, then wonder you ain't got to work out no more. And what about you, Layla? What was your intro in track?
Around like 10 years ago, AAU.
Nice.
Same thing.
What was that about? 6 years old?
Yes, I was.
You were nice?
No.
Who did you run for?
Technique.
Where is that?
That was in Hampton.
Okay.
We used to practice at Hampton University.
Your brother used to dog you? Did he run too?
Yes, he did.
Got you. So what do you take, like, when you're not as good starting off, what do you take from the sport?
Well, to be honest, I was only doing this because Noah was. Mm-hmm. And I just did it because I didn't have anything else to do. Right. So, why not run and get tired? And I was lazy.
What events did you do?
I did the 100, the 200, and the 4x1. Okay. I didn't start doing hurdles till later, middle school.
What's your favorite event?
The 100 and the 200. Those go hand in hand.
For real. Got you. All right. So, getting over to you. Like you said, you won, set a national record as a freshman. What about outdoor season? How did that go?
Outdoor, I won my first 400 title.
Okay.
Outdoor at States, and I was nervous because there was a lot of seniors, a lot of big competition. Okay. Like the people that I raced against indoor, I knew they would try to come back and win it outdoor.
Got that target on your back going in outdoor.
Definitely.
Right. Who was some of the, like you said, the seniors? Who were some of those older guys that you were competing against?
I couldn't even tell you. Mm-hmm. It was so long ago, I couldn't even tell you. But they were a serious competition.
Right. But what changed? Did you have to change your training, like going from indoor to outdoor, knowing that more people were paying attention to you?
Not really. I just had to keep that same mentality. My coaches kept me on the same workout. They got me to that 105, so that helped me with the overtraining and the speed to run that time that I did.
Was there ever a point where you're like, hey, I'm here now, like, and I'm going to be here the next 3 years?
Probably after we won the 4x4 at Outdoor States that year. Okay.
How did that race go?
It was good. We were ahead most of the race, especially when I got the baton. But
well, you modest, aren't you? So especially when I got the baton, you the anchor leg?
Yes.
Gotcha. I think I read about this. I think you came on the last 200. Came on, bring it back. Yeah. It kind of sounds similar this year, don't it?
Not really. It was my sophomore and junior year.
Yeah. You the saving grace of your team, huh?
Not all the time.
Not all the time?
Just sometimes.
Right.
Like, especially outdoor last year when we were in 317. My team was ahead, and I just finished it off.
Are you more of a do as I say leader, or are you more showing, just lead by example?
I'm more of a lead by example.
Where do you get that from?
Probably how my coaches do, because my coaches used to work out with us.
Right.
So if they could see how you do it, they could help follow, because I don't like to boss people around, because I don't like get bossed around.
Right.
So I know people don't like that. So if I show them an example, they'll try to get there.
And Layla, you're one of the best on your teams, if not the best. You might be the best. You're probably a little bit more modest than this guy right here. But I just one of the younger people on the team as well. How do you balance being a leader of your group?
Well, to be honest, as far as new people go, we didn't start getting new people to last week for outdoor. Okay. And to be honest, I am more of a do as I say person, because I really don't like when people
got that mom in you, huh?
Yeah, I don't like when people don't listen.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm a person who doesn't listen. Okay. So it's like, how can I get mad at somebody who does what I do?
You really are, Mom, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, I guess it would be tough, man, being a younger person if you weren't good.
Right. Who would I be?
Like, right. What kind of leader would you be? Right. So, what, you transferred from what school? What school did you come from?
I came from Bishop Sullivan.
You came from Bishop. What was that like? What was the transition like from private to public?
It was kind of breathtaking. Right. Because at Bishop, I'm not gonna say they didn't care for me, but they didn't care for me. Right. Like, they only had me doing one event. We didn't really even have a sprinting coach. Okay. And it's like, I also had to look at my grades too. My grades were pitiful, Right. How was I even able to be on this team? Right. No, I couldn't. I didn't want to do it anymore, so I had to transfer. And it felt better because I was able to get better at track and raise my GPA at the same time. Right. So it's like...
And something that, we always talk about with private schools, like culture. Sometimes the culture it's just not for us. Right. And, we have to get where we're more comfortable at. With Bishop they're a good school, but, it's not, the schools are not for everybody. Right. So was there any transitions for speed wise, like, level of competition?
Yes, most definitely. First I was really out of shape because I would just skip practice. You know, I don't need practice. You know, I don't. Right.
You really are, man.
Yeah. I was just a mess. And when I got to Churchland,
right.
I had these two amazing coaches that was like, oh, so you don't want to do this?
Right.
Don't expect this. You know, I had to work to honestly get where I am now. You know, I couldn't skip practice. If I skip practice, don't come to practice for the rest of the week. Goodbye. Right. Like, if I was to try to come to practice, goodbye. Right. You can call your dad, you know. So.
Was there any moments where you're like, man, I might not do it. Track might not be for me.
Look, that's every day.
For real? Even when you're winning state titles, right?
Especially at practice.
Right.
After those hard workouts, you're just like, why do I do this with Why do I do it to myself?
So it seems like with track, does it seem like the practices are harder than the game? Like,
most definitely.
Like. Right.
It's all about endurance, and it's all about, like, you have to drop your time if you want to get good. You know, there's girls out here there's people out here that are running better times than you, and you say you want to be with them, well, you have to do what they do. So it's like, it's just a mental thing, honestly, every day.
Right. Sacrifices.
Yeah.
Sacrifice. You think, Coach, you plays karate and track. Do you think is tougher with either one, or about the same?
I would probably say track is tougher.
A little tougher.
Karate was more disciplined, but I would probably say easier. It wasn't as physically demanding.
You also don't have karate practice every day.
Oh, we did.
You did?
We did.
Oh, man. I'll take that. I'm sorry, Dad.
Mondays through Saturdays.
For real? Nice. That's crazy. So how fast did you rise up to the black belt ranks?
It took me about 5 years, so it's no shortcuts. You had to work your way up. Right.
Listen to her talk about the transition from bishop to church. And of course, you didn't go from private to public, but you did, go from middle school to high school. Did you kind of face the same things for our step up in competition, harder, tougher practices?
Definitely with AAU, it was competition, but it was nothing like high school. You run against people that are about to go to college, like you see them as like grown men, like big, like fast dudes. Right. And having to train against them and work, it helps a lot. It's a big transition.
What's a typical practice for you?
It depends on the days. Mondays and Wednesdays, we die a lot.
That's tough days.
And then Tuesdays and Thursdays are a little less strenuous, more weights and recovery. Okay. But those Monday practices you dread it all day.
I remember when I was at Lake Teller, we had the Sawyer cycle, which it was in honor of like our coach. Hank Sawyer, he's a football coach at Lake Teller. We did probably nothing to y'all. We did 2, 4, 6, 8, 1,000 and 1,000, 8, 6, 4, 2. But having the good thing about it though, we had a football coach for our track coach. He would start the clock, just turn his back. Everybody finished? Yep. That's how we did. So yeah, man, track is tough. I have a lot of respect for people that run track. It's basically like it's against the clock. It's you against the clock, and it's really nothing else against that. I'm sorry, I skipped you. Layla, what's your average training day like? What are your Mondays and Wednesdays like?
Well, Mondays are usually days we work on endurance.
Okay.
And then Tuesdays.
You die at Mondays too.
Yeah, I hate endurance. I can't say anything over the 200.
I got you.
But most definitely is Mondays, and Wednesdays are more longer practices. Tuesdays, Thursdays are easier practices.
What days you guys just compete on the weekends, or you have meets during the week as well?
It depends. Like invitationals are more like a Friday, Saturday thing. Okay. And like Eastern districts are more of a Wednesday thing since the meets are smaller.
Right. So what's the I ran track in high school as well. Are we competing the same during the week as we are in the invitationals? Or are we kind of like, I don't want to get you in trouble, but are we saving a little bit, for the invitationals?
Probably more saving for the invitationals where there's faster competition.
Right. Is it tough? Like during a race, are you competing against the clock or are you competing with your competition?
It's definitely against the clock and yourself. Because when you get to that high level, you don't worry about competition. Right. Don't worry about somebody's faster, slower, none of that. It's just you train yourself. So it's you against the clock. You against yourself, pushing yourself, see how far you can go, how fast you can go.
And what about you?
Well, I like the clock myself and the competition.
You look like you like talking out the door.
I don't like talking. I think I'm a very humble person when it comes to it because you never know.
Okay.
But it's most definitely the clock first, yourself, and then competition.
Right.
Because, who doesn't want to be like, oh, I mean, I have beaten your time, but at least I have PR.
I'm nice.
No, I want to beat your time.
Right.
I want to beat your time and PR.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, most definitely Eastern District meets are a little... I like to go hard every meet.
Right.
But when I have an invitational and I know I have actual competition, it's most definitely, go time, your focus that whole meet,
What was that first public school meet like for you?
Oh my gosh. Well, because, I'm not trying to be cocky, but for private school, I was kind of winning a lot, except for the CNU invitationals and my states meet for indoor season.
Okay.
I was kind of winning a lot because I didn't really have that much competition. So then my first meet was I looked at their time. Oh my God.
Where do I fit in?
Right. How did I make it back to finals? But it was a good thing because, wow, I'm finally coming down from cloud nine. I'm not the fastest person. It helped me train harder.
Right. What kind of advice did your brother give you advice?
Yeah, most definitely.
Because of course he did the same thing. Going from.
Yeah. I'm just a lazy person. So he was like, why are you stopping?
Stop being lazy.
Right. You see this talent you have and you're wasting it because you're going to go eat some potato chips. You need to be better than this. It's honestly just telling me I'm stupid. Kind of. But I need to realize what I have.
Right. So, good job, bro.
Right. I appreciate it.
Was there any upperclassmen that you kind of look up to on the team?
Yes, most definitely. Not really for girls because we don't have that much upperclassmen girl sprinters, but for the guys and for the shot put, they were like, you really do have a talent.
Right.
And it would be a shame if you waste it. They were all telling me it'd be a shame if I wasted it. Because they know how bad I was when I first got out there. Everybody knew how bad I was.
You say you just...
I was terrible.
That bad. You couldn't have been that bad. You're winning that Bishop now.
I was walking during practice. That's how bad it was. A 200. Maybe I'll wait till I get to the line.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
Y'all would have thought I did the race walk.
That is funny, but looks like you got intact. You good now, right?
Yes, I am.
That's what's up. That's a great article. I think with Jim McGrath did it.
Yes.
That's a great. Jim, we used to work together. Recruit 757. We did football together, so he's a great guy. You also wrote your article when you won Daily Press Athlete of the Year, right?
Yes, sir.
Two of the past 3 years, probably another one.
Hopefully.
Probably. Hopefully. I mean, just being real, I don't three meet records. I don't see who else they could be. Who else would be in the running? See, look, you ain't can't. I don't know. Well, how does that feel though? Just earning that kind of recognition.
It really means a lot to see that my efforts and talents are being noticed in a lot of places and to a lot of people.
Right. What was it like getting that call? I don't know, get a call, email when you won your first one as a sophomore. What was that like?
I was with my dad and I just couldn't believe it. Mm-hmm. It was like a dream come true.
Right.
But at the same time, it motivated me to try to go harder.
Right.
So I can keep getting it.
Right. Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. But what was the call like? Because your dad's a Clemson grad, right? Went to Clemson. So you're going to South Carolina. So what was that conversation like?
Well, the whole recruiting process already was a lot. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a lot of days where it's just you don't know what to do. Because I was torn for a long time. All the schools showed you the good stuff. Right. People told you, but a lot of the people on the visits, they kept it real with you and told you the good, bad, and all that. But I think I cried during that call.
For real? Mm. Did Clemson recruit you?
No.
They didn't have a chance?
They didn't want to.
Right, got you.
We tried to contact them, but...
Right. But track recruiting is different from football, basketball, because there's a lot of interest, there's a lot of letters thrown out, maybe fake offers or whatever. With track, it's kind of, even if you dominate, you may not get that kind of recruiting attention. Is that, you think that's something that, I'm not going to say warn younger athletes about, but what kind of advice would you give to them?
I go by patience all the time. You always have to be patient. You got to put in the effort, and if they really want you, they'll let you know. It's no need for you to, I wouldn't say chase your dreams, but go after somebody that you can see that's not really wants you, but take advantage of what you have, because at the same time, there are big schools winning championships all around, but it's wherever you fit in, where you can see yourself succeed academically and athletically is where you need to be.
And at the end of the day, track is not a team sport. I mean, we can make it seem like it, but
at the
end of the day, it's not really a team sport. So, I mean, South Carolina probably has a great team, but it's more so what your event coach can do for you. And
Coach Fry, he's been there for 22 years. He's been Olympic coach, World Championship team coach. So he knows what he's doing.
One of our, actually a friend of the program, Deron Flood, he attended South Carolina. I've been familiar with that thing with Jason Richardson, tough hurlers. I know a little something. I know a little something. So who's the first school to reach out to you?
I want to either say Stanford or UVA.
Stanford, UVA. So that means your academics are.
Yeah.
So what was your final list of schools before you picked South Carolina?
University of Florida, Texas A&M, UNC Chapel Hill, and South Carolina.
We could have got you and Grant Holloway together. I would love to see that. Why not Florida? If you don't mind me asking.
I don't want to throw any shade, but it was like they wanted me there, but they really didn't want me there as an athlete. I went there with two amazing people, and you could tell that they would want them more.
Okay. I got you. And you have to sometimes you make that tough decision what's really best for you. What sold you, other than Coach Fry, what sold you on South Carolina?
The resources that they have, all the buildings. They just got a new indoor track. Academic buildings. The living areas, all of that stuff, and also the team. I know on all teams they're close bonded, but on that team I really liked how they were bonded together, how they helped each other, especially at practices. Now another difference between track and like other sports is, I mean, you can go to the Olympics in track. You can go out of high school. Has that ever crossed your mind? Definitely. I want to go professional after college. Or either before I finish college or after college. I definitely will.
We're going to get you in there, 2020?
2024.
2024? That's my goal. We're going to get you in there. What about you, Layla? Because you're about a year away from thinking about college. What is your mentality going into the process?
Well, as far as like school, I most definitely do want to get a degree. I'm not sure about going pro yet. Because
you got to practice. First of all, you got to practice.
I got to start working. But yeah, I just most definitely want to be able to go to a good college, get a good degree, and just make my parents proud and stuff. Actually be able to have a stable life.
But what about on the track? What are we looking for in terms of programs?
Good question.
You want free education?
Free education.
What location? Does location matter?
Most definitely try to get New York, New Jersey, Vermont, all that. I kind of like.
You like the cold weather?
Yeah, I love the cold weather.
I can't do it.
How does it gonna work training though? I mean, maybe what if they don't have an indoor facility to train?
Layer up.
I know that's right. Let me see. So the plan is still to run the 400 and 400 hurdles in college?
Yes, sir.
Why?
I started with the 400, and that's always been a love. And when I got to high school, I think I ran it one time before last year, and my coach was like, "We can qualify you for Penn. You can run an open event at Penn 400 hurdles. You get to run against some of the best, the Jamaicans, and see how it
sound
really goes."
Real good, didn't it?
So we started whatever meet we could get 400 hurdles. We would run it in, and I love hurdling and I love the 400, so I just put them together.
What's tougher, the 400 hurdles or the 500?
400 hurdles. That's
it's toughest race
in all the track and field. I could probably say. And you can ask anybody. I think the 400 hurdles is the hardest race.
Well, the events. I mean, we do the 400 hurdles, 400, 300, 500. Anything else?
I do the 800 sometimes.
Bro?
I can run the 800.
What's your top 800 time?
Split wise 155, but open wise 157.
Can we get Layla to 1-800 4x4?
No, you cannot.
I couldn't even lie and say that.
What's the furthest? Like, what's the highest event that you did? Were you 300?
Well, I'm not really allowed to pick my events. The highest I would like to go is 400, but I did run the 500. So,
real?
Yeah.
What race do you think would be your college race?
Hopefully the 200. I just love coming out the blocks and, going on that curve. It's all about getting to that last 100 and getting a good lower time. I love the 200 more than I love the 400, but they still kind of go, 400, 100, but they still go hand in hand.
Say what?
No.
You can keep both of those, trust me. It was funny. I ran the 4x8 2-mile long jump, triple jump when I was in high school. I hated my coach. And the 2-mile was always right before the triple jump. So my triple jump was always horrible. I wasn't like you. No, I wasn't like you. I mean, you probably triple jump better than me now.
Barely. I don't like triple jump.
What kind of music do you listen to going into a race, like to get you hyped up?
I don't really listen to music.
For real?
No, I don't like listening to music.
What do you do? Like, what's your pre-race routine?
I like to make myself nervous, I like to look at that heat sheet. I'm like, dang. Like, I like to get myself nervous. Because when I get myself nervous, it kind of gets that adrenaline, like, pumping. And I just like to make myself nervous,
Well, do you like having your back against the wall?
No.
You don't think so?
No,
That's what it sounded like to me. Because I was watching something on ESPN the other day, and it was talking about LeBron, how he performs better when his back is against the wall and he's just facing adversity. You might be that kind of person. See, you didn't like practice at first, came to last first. See, that's adversity. Now you track queen, right?
Not yet.
Do you Oh, I'm sorry. What about you? What's your pre-race routine?
I listen to all types of music, but when I'm like doing my warm ups and drills, it's a lot of like rap and all that stuff.
Right.
But once it's to the stretching to get more focused, I listen to a lot of R&B and soul.
Right.
To keep it chill.
What kind of rap do you listen to? Favorite rappers? Blueface.
It's sometimes that's something. Yeah, not like
all the time.
Yeah, but pretty much anybody. I can listen to anybody.
Okay, gotcha. Well, Layla said she don't listen to music. That's weird. I don't really know too many people who don't.
I just don't. Because I feel like I'll get unfocused in a way,
Right.
I'm listening to music. I like to rap, I got a whole 100 meter coming up.
That's funny.
Mr. Checky and everything.
Right. That's funny. All right, so who would you consider your biggest rivals? Whether locally or nationally?
Locally, it's probably my teammate Jonathan.
Okay. What event is that?
300, 400, 500. Because he came on last year. And as for his first year, I wish I could do that my first year.
Right.
But still locally, probably the twins from LC Bird. They always push me to go harder.
Right.
Because they always compete hard.
Right.
And that's always competition. Nationally, I don't even know because it's like the same people, but it's always like different people.
And where do you fit as far as that group nationally?
I do consider myself one of the top runners nationally.
Say the best. You can't be humble. You can't be humble now and before. You're like, I didn't really have to practice. And don't be humble now. You're the best.
I always tell myself I'm not the best, so I can work to be the best.
Right. Well, if you're not the best, you're not second. How about that? You ain't second.
No.
How about that? We'll take it like that. 15. Is it 15 state titles?
Yes.
15 now? How does that feel?
I still don't believe it. Like, my dad always comes up to me and was like, how does it feel? How do you feel? And I'm just like, it's like little moments like a happiness. Like, I realize it, but at the same time, I don't think like the big picture. And it's probably after my last state meets and nationals, it'll probably like all like come in.
Where were you at? How many you got right now, Layla?
2.
2. I mean, good. Where were you at sophomore year? About 4, 6.
1, 2, about 4.
So you're good, Layla. You're right there. You're right there. But when you see somebody decorated like that, like, how does that inspire or motivate you?
Hopefully, I'm in his position by the time I get to my senior year.
Right.
Because it'll suck if I still have 2. But yeah, when I always see somebody that's like top or someone that's in his position, I always like to see what are they doing. Like compare myself sophomore year to him sophomore year. Like see, or maybe a girl sophomore year to see.
Yeah, because the boys are obviously faster, but
right. I just like to see if I'm going in the right direction or if I need to pick it up some more, you know?
Right. Are you a student of the game yet? Do you study the sport of track?
Sometimes. Like, most definitely I have to study getting out the blocks and finishing. Because I get out the blocks really bad.
Okay.
I don't know how to push out the blocks yet. And finishing, when my body is tired, I don't know how to pump my arms.
Right.
So it's like I always like to go on YouTube and look stuff up or watch some people who do have great times. I like to watch how to get out the blocks.
So you don't just swing your arms when you're tired?
No.
That's not a skill?
No.
Oh, I thought it was a skill. That's what I used to do in high school.
Yeah.
So what the technical aspect of the race, is that something you, like I said, just ask the same thing I asked her. Are you a student of the game? Yeah.
I love watching track and field all the time. Me and my dad always watch the meets. I watch videos all the time.
Are you faster than him?
He says I am, but I'm not there yet. Like record book wise, but especially for Virginia. But I hope to be. But yeah, I watch track all the time. I go on YouTube. You can probably check my history. I love watching Grant run. I always watch his races, especially live. Rod Benjamin, when he would run at USC, 400 hurdler, 400 runner.
Where is he from?
He was from California, but he ran at Southern Cal. But he went pro this past year. Yeah, there's a lot of people I like to watch and study. Professionally, I'll probably say Wade Van Niekerk. That's one of my biggest influences, 400 wise. 400
is nice. Well, he's dropped at 42 something.
Almost. I think he will soon.
That's crazy.
But also Noah and Josephus, they were from Virginia, from Northern Virginia. Michael Cherry, definitely.
Yeah, Mike.
We talk to him all the time. Right. We play the game sometimes.
What kind of advice you get from Mike?
This past weekend for the 300, he was just like, just get out the blocks and sprint because you can't get tired in the 300. And he said a 500, just go out and hold it as best as you can, and it'll come. What
do you see yourself stacking up amongst when you start talking about the greats, especially in this area? Where do you see yourself?
I do see myself as one of the top athletes, especially coming with Michael Cherry, Deshaun Merritt, and all of them great 400 runners.
Right.
And I definitely can see myself, especially after this outdoor season, as one of the top runners.
You going to national too, right?
Yes, I am.
What events are you competing in?
Just the 60 meter.
Just the 60. What's your goal?
I've never really ran the 60 meter before, so I don't know like what's a good time frame. But my goal is really just to not go over 8 seconds because that's pretty embarrassing.
So you're nervous? You sound nervous.
I am nervous.
But it's great. How many other kids from Churchland are going?
Just another shot putter.
For real?
Yeah.
That's nice. That's dope, man. That's really dope. What about Bethel? Who else is going from Bethel?
My teammate Jonathan, our 4x4, his little brother Jaden, Jordan Ross. We got Latia Moore, Jocelyn Barnett. Jelani Davis is going up there with us.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much
it. So y'all pretty stacked now.
Just a little bit.
What, 4th year? You've been all 4 years?
Yes.
For real? What was the first time like? So how did, like, when you were in Layla's shoes, how were you feeling then?
Freshman year at Nationals was really crazy. So I ran the freshman 400, and after that, we had to run the 4x2 championship, and that's when everybody was stacked. You had Archbishop Carroll, you had T.C. Williams in their prime.
Was Bullets, did they compete in that?
I don't remember. I don't think so. I never remember DeMatha.
Okay.
But we were about to get on the line. They were waiting for us. And it was the first 4 people that got there up the stairs to the starting line was who ran. Because she couldn't decide an order. So we got on the track and we actually got, I think, 4th. Because like 1 or 2 other teams got DQ'd. Because our handoffs were terrible. And we were just out there having fun just running.
Right.
But I was nervous. I really was. It was so much competition.
So when you guys go into a national event or event outside of this area, what you rooting for all the 757 people? How does that work?
Yeah, I most definitely root for all the 757.
Gotcha. What about you?
I
for everybody?
Yeah, I root for everybody. And then I know I have a lot of friends like out of state that I talk to almost daily that I root for them in their events.
Right. You think track gets enough coverage?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Why not?
I would probably say like if I go on ESPN and like they have like NCAA meet on. Right. If I want to watch ESPN, I got to scroll all the way to the bottom.
Right.
I just don't think it's televised enough, even though it should be, because it's one of the best sports. It's an Olympic sport.
I mean, it's Olympic coming around, everybody watches track.
Right.
There's so many like great events you can do from running to jumping. I like watching jumps because jumps to me are good.
I think one thing about track though, like I said earlier, there's really no rivalries. Like, I mean, I know when I was coming up, I think there was like one time you had Michael Johnson, him and like Donovan Bell. I think they did a 1-on-1 meet, but you don't really have a lot of rivalries like basketball is like LeBron versus Steph Curry. Yeah. Like, you know, you have all of that. And track, what do you really sell? What is your selling point with track?
I think the biggest rivalry there was probably Usain Bolt and Justin Gatlin.
Right. Yeah. That's another one. Right. And you, like I said, the guys, they talk trash to each other. You guys are modest. Like the track guys, you guys, like, you get a lot of friends. You're going through a lot of struggles because it's really, nobody's getting paid a lot of money, you know, in track. So, but I think you guys are right. I don't think there's enough coverage. That's one reason why we decided to step out and, you know, give track some more coverage because there's really not anything. And it's, like you said, it becomes tough to get recruited when there's no coverage. I don't have any video. My dad made film from the stands, but who's really pushing me is how much of a role does summer track play in recruiting?
I stopped running summer track when I got to high school. Okay, so I really couldn't speak on that.
You don't think it does at all? Like college coaches come out there?
Probably to like the national meets, like the Junior Olympic meets, but not any of like the local or regional meets. I think high school definitely gets a lot more attention than AAU summer track.
What do you get out of summer track? Because you actually just, you know.
I didn't practice over the summer.
For real?
No. I was up in New Jersey with my mother. Okay. But I'm practicing. I'm going to do it this summer just to stay in shape. Right. But yeah, he's right. Like they only come around for like AAU or something like that.
Do you think we need like larger meets here? Like, you know, because you go to New Balances and indoors and Armory, then outdoors in North Carolina. Do we need to bring some of that stuff here?
Well, I think, it's fun at times, but I don't think we really need large meets like as often as we have invitationals, if that makes sense.
Okay, I got you. Some more weekend meets you think we need? Yeah. What about you? What do you think?
I think the same way because we have a lot of talent that goes unknown from all over the place. And when they see that, like, there's nobody there, like, trying to watch, some people don't have that motivation. Right. But if they know there's, like, at Nationals, and you'll probably see them a lot, it's a whole bunch of college coaches. They'll be there on Sunday.
You heard her say she was nervous, right?
It's good, though.
That helped. Thanks.
Because they have their national beat this weekend, but a lot of coaches come on Sundays and watch the events. Right. Give out cards. They talk to you if they're able to.
Okay. So that when you kind of started getting your first attention during nationals?
Yeah, definitely.
Got you. Any squad, any place, where they come from?
I think it was the Chargers. They said that when they were making it to the playoffs because nobody thought that the Chargers would do it, and definitely this year I felt like people are like, "This is his last year. It might not be that. You got faster times coming in." So I kind of felt like the underdog. I felt like my team was the underdog. We always come in. We never have the fastest time.
For real.
So it's just like that's just how you got to do it. That's how you got to think.
You got to have 4x4 last week, right? Got you. What's you got a motto? Anything you kind of hype yourself up with?
Just be humble, you know.
Just be humble. Yeah, but I don't know though. You say you like to tell people what to do, but you don't like to listen. That don't sound too humble, lately.
I do like to tell people what to do, but I'm not one of those people to be like, "Oh, you're not going to listen to me." Why have you know that I'm a two-time you know?
I'm a 2-time state champ now.
Like, you want to be like me? You want to be like how I was, or do you want to like get better? You know?
Right. So, outdoor season. What events are you doing?
I am doing the 100 to 200. You'll probably see me the 300 hurdles, 100 hurdles, 4x1, 4x4 occasionally. That's
long jump, triple jump, something like that?
No.
You're fast. You got to do that.
I hate
No, about that.
I mean, I honestly, God, if my coach puts me in an event, I'm doing it.
Okay.
But I might not take it serious, you know?
So, you realize this is going to be a video, huh?
I'll jump, but...
I'll
jump.
Coach myself. Right. So what? So as far as social media, what advice would you give young athletes dealing with social media?
Always watch what you post. Be cautious. There's a lot of people who get scholarships taken away. Coaches stop talking to them if they see, because social media kind of explains character. Right. My coaches and my dad, everybody tells me that all the time. They just a reminder. I know you don't do that, but just watch what you post. Make sure you are never on cocky, talking mess and all this stuff. Just remain humble. Always give thanks to the Lord and all that, because they like to see, coaches like to see how you brand them. So when you get to school, it's not like you putting on like a bad label for that program.
Is it different now as far as being a young athlete, like being able to market and brand yourself? I think it's different from like older athletes.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Well, because nowadays you guys have social media where you can create like his hashtag thing that he came up with, where that can be a company or something. Like, do you think is a lot easier to market and brand yourself?
Most definitely, because now you have more resources. Like, if you want to put something on a shirt, you can take it to a shop. If you want to kind of share more, all you just have to post on your Insta Snap on your Snapchat. There you go. And, the 100 followers that you got, we'll see it in a matter of like 10 seconds. So
right.
And if they support you, they'll share it too.
They'll share it too. Right. And now you're a celebrity. Now you're EJ3. Look, I got you. Look, that's your nickname, EJ3. We got to get that on the shirt, right? Yeah. Gotta make sure I don't forget nothing. Trying to get nothing. Who's y'all? How did y'all finish in 4A? What did y'all
in 4A? I believe
we finished. What did y'all finish?
4th overall.
4th.
I think so.
Did y'all win regionals?
We got 2nd.
Y'all got 2nd. Who y'all lose to?
I think it was Grafton.
I wish it was Lake Teller. Lake Teller grad. We can't beat nobody at nothing in track. Our track team's horrible. But when I was at Lake Teller, we were pretty good. We were like district champs. That's not bad. How big of a help has your dad been?
That's definitely my right and my left hand man.
Gotcha.
He coaches. He helps with that, but it's not to where it's like at home he's trying to coach me to tell me to do this, do that. But he plays a big part. He always helps me through my tough times, my troubles. Right. Somebody I can always talk to. He'll watch race videos with me. Okay. See where I need to get better. Watch other people and see where like they improve, where I can. And he explains it, and he's been there, so I know I can trust what he's saying.
Gotcha. Who's been your biggest influence?
Just my family, my friends, and my coaches. But most definitely my father. Right. Anything I want, I get.
You sound spoiled.
Not spoiled. But I gotta work for it.
That sounds spoiled.
If he knew that I was walking during practice.
Gotcha. Well, I thank both of you for coming in. Definitely an insightful interview. Good luck to both of you. I know how tough track is. Layla, you gotta practice. You gotta practice. You gotta embrace practice. You gotta embrace practice. Everybody. A lot of people don't like the process, but you gotta embrace it. That's where you want to get to in the future. So, if anybody wants to follow you guys, where do we find you social media wise?
I don't want to put it out there.
You want to put your Twitter? You want to put yours up there?
Apex EJ on Instagram and Twitter.
Well, again, thanks for stopping past, and you guys welcome to come back anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.